YouTube, CousinKinoko here, back with another pickup video. Finally, after I just realized 2.5 months without posting any videos on YouTube. I've been very busy and I haven't had time to make YouTube videos, and I also haven't really been picking up as many games as I usually do, so decided to wait with pickup video until I have enough games to make it an interesting one. But yeah, I did pick up quite a few games here in the last 2.5 months. Some modern games and a bit of retro stuff towards the end of the video. So let's just go right ahead and see what I picked up. First off, we have Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn for the Nintendo Wii, and this is a franchise that's really popular in Japan, and I think it only gained some popularity in the West with the GameCube title. I think it's called Path of Radiance. But that was supposed to be one of the best games in the series, and supposedly this is not as good as that one. Still a good game though, and it's getting quite rare at the moment. I think it's already like 40 euros on eBay. So definitely one to pick up before it goes really, before it gets really expensive. I got this for 25 euros, which I think is a decent deal for this title. And this is like a tactical strategy, like turn-based RPG. And then at a second-hand store, Fretex in Stavanger, I picked up some games for €2.50 a piece. And first off, we have Project Dark Zero for the Xbox 360. And this was originally a game for the Nintendo 64. And I think this is, I'm not sure if it's a remake or a reboot, but it's also from the same company that made the game for the Nintendo 64. It's a rare game, and a lot of fans were disappointed with this. Supposedly not such a good FPS game, but others, on the other hand, say that this is a bit of an underrated game and that it's definitely quite a decent shooter. So decided to pick that one up as well. Sly 2 Band of Thieves. I've heard this is a good platformer, although it does look a bit like a kiddie budget title. It looks a bit childish on the back, but I'm gonna give this a chance and see how I like it. And finally, in that second-hand store, I picked up God of War 2 Special Edition. God of War started out on the PS2 and became really popular and a big franchise after that, and it has some of the best graphics for the system. And I think there were 3 games published, and I haven't really played them much, but seems like a lot of fun. It's a bit of a hack and slash beat 'em up type gameplay with some Greek mythology. Then at a flea market here, I picked up Hyper Street Fighter 2, the Anniversary Edition, and I got this for 4 euros, I think. Decided to pick it up, so I've never really seen this before. And picked up Viking Battle for Asgard for the Xbox 360. And looks a bit like a cheesy game, but I decided to pick it up because it's made by Sega, or at least it says Sega on the front, so thought I'd give this a chance. When I got home I read some reviews and did get a bit of mediocre reviews, but yeah, it's worth a shot. €1.50, you can't go wrong. If I don't like it, I'm gonna resell it anyway. At the same flea market I also picked up Final Fantasy VII for the PS1, and this is actually the NTSC version. And I already have this game in PAL, but when I found the NTSC version here for €1.50, I couldn't resist. It's in really good condition, and it does have a little bit of different artwork from the PAL version, so I decided to just pick this up, and something that will look nice on the shelf. Then for the Nintendo Wii again, I picked up The Blob, and this also had a sequel, The Blob 2, for the Wii. And I've heard this is a good multiplayer title. Then I went to GameStop and picked up some Xbox 360 titles. First off, we have The Walking Dead from Telltale, and I got two friends of mine recommended this and said it's a really good game. I just have to play it, and I know that Telltale they make like adventure games. They also did the new Sam & Max and Monkey Island games. So I also picked up Deus Ex: Human Revolution, the augmented edition, and for some reason this is really cheap at GameStop now. I paid 50 crowns for it, 49 crowns, which is like €6, and I've heard this is a really good game, and you can play it stealth as well. I think you can play it in different game styles, however you feel like playing it, and I quite like stealth games, so I decided to pick this up and try and play it stealth. I haven't played any of the Deus Ex games. I've tried the first one on the PC a little bit, but this looks quite different than the original games, and yeah, I'm quite curious to try that out. And the third and final game that I picked up at GameStop was Dark Souls, and this is a game that I've been wanting for a long while. I haven't played Demon Souls, but I did try Dark Souls at a friend's place and really liked it, and definitely a game that I can imagine spending a long time playing. It's really difficult, famous for its extreme difficulty, and it is a I don't know how you would call it, like I guess a hack and slash RPG, something like that, but really a gorgeous looking game and looks like a lot of fun, so I'm looking forward to trying this out. Then for the retro games that I picked up, first I picked up two Super Nintendo games for €5 a piece, and that's Might and Magic 2, which is a port of the dungeon crawler PC game, and I also picked up The Legend of the Mystical Ninja, also known as Ganbare Goemon in Japan, and there was two sequels to this game released for the Nintendo 64, and I have the first game of the sequels, but I've never really played it much, so I don't know much about this game, but it has like a Japan theme, and it is an action adventure with some side-scrolling platforming gameplay mixed in with that, and both of these games are a bit expensive on eBay actually. This one goes for about €20, and I think Might and Magic 2 goes for around €15. And Mystical Ninja is supposed to be a recommended title to pick up, like one of the better titles for the Super Nintendo. So definitely one to look into if you're into action adventure games. And then for the final two games, I picked up Gods for the SNES, and this is a game by the Bitmap Brothers, so I think it was probably originally released for the Amiga, and I really like the graphical style of the Bitmap Brothers games, and I've never played this, but I've been wanting to try it. It's a side-scrolling platformer game, and don't know if it's supposed to be very good, but it's quite a common title to find, and it's quite cheap on eBay. Finally, I picked up a Mega Drive title, that's Toki, Going Apespit, and this is another side-scrolling platformer, and it's worth picking up for the artwork alone. This cover is just amazing, and a really cool illustration there. I've never played this, but I've heard it's quite a decent platformer, so yeah, looking forward to try this as well. So that's it for my video game pickups this time. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video, and until next time.